This is Feces from Every Species! So here we have a rhino midden.
Mittens?
No, midden. Midden.
What's so special about that?
Well, a rhino can produce about 50 pounds of poop in one day, and that's just one rhino. And it actually kind of acts like an information center or social networking, kind of like Facebook. So when a rhino comes up to sniff that midden, they can tell which of their friends have recently checked in at that location, what have they been eating, and even their relationship status. What are you doing? Are you even listening?
Hold on. You won't believe the selfie that Baby Blossom posted of herself.
Oh my god.
Wait! Don't you want to see? It's cute! So we just learned about rhino poop.
So now we're going to go to Christina and learn about another animal's poop.
So how do lion keepers, me and my other coworkers, how do we distinguish between all the poops in their pens during the night? Like which poop belongs to which lion? Well, we actually use our handy dandy colorful glitter. It is non-toxic and it is safe for the lions. It goes right through their system and it does not harm them. So basically we assign all the colors to our lions, and so each individual lion has a certain color they're assigned to. So basically the next day after we put the glitter in their food, we go in and we take a little bag and we actually dig in the poop and look for the glitter, and we find, okay, well, let's say blue. All right, this goes to Masaba, one of our younger lions. And basically we will dig in there, collect the fecal, write his name and ISIS number, you'll see that later, on the little bag, and we'll turn it in to the vet staff.
So where do the fecals go after the keepers collect them?
No, I don't know, but I feel like we're close.
I wish somebody would just give us a sign.
Oh, let's go find a map.
All right.
When vet techs run fecals, they're checking for parasites.
They put a precise amount of fecusol into a jar.
They then add about 1 gram of feces.
They stir it together and insert the liquid into a special microscope slide.
This slide has a grid on it that makes it easier to count up the number of parasite eggs.
When we get the total number of eggs, we multiply that number by 25.
We only treat the animal if that number is over 1,000.
Otherwise, we just continue to monitor them.
Oh my goodness. Look at all these animals.
I know. How in the world do the keepers figure out which poop comes from which animal?
You know what? Let's find out.
We collect animal feces on a monthly basis, sometimes a weekly basis, in order to monitor the health of the animal. A lot of information can come from feces, whether an animal has parasites or diseases, and we need to check that regularly. Sometimes it can be difficult to tell which feces belongs to which species, especially in a multi-species exhibit. A lot of times you go with size. A bigger animal will obviously usually have a larger feces. But a lot of times, actually, when we're looking for an individual animal, we just follow that animal and we'll see that animal actually defecate. And that's how we know which feces comes from which species. We clean up rhino poop usually here at Lion Country on a weekly basis. We actually have, since we have such a large herd of 12 rhinos, we actually take a gigantic backhoe and we'll actually pick up what we call the minion piles. Some in other institutions, other zoos, some keepers actually do it by hand with a shovel and a wheelbarrow. And then other uses that we actually use for this feces, here at Lion Country, for example, we'll actually use that for enrichment for other animals. We'll collect some of it and actually give it to our lions. And lions are very sensory animals. They like to smell stuff and they communicate through smell. So that's one thing that they really find interesting is other species' feces.
Oh, hey. Do you know what time it is?
Oh yeah, it's time for
Guess That Poop! So here we have some small droppings.
They appear to be long and bumpy in texture.
Let's take a look inside.
There appears to be no signs of vegetation inside.
Smells interesting though.
Yeah, okay. Do you know what animal made these?
Who are you talking to? You're being creepy. Stop.
Fantastico!
Okay, I think you're on the wrong channel. Let's take a look at who it was.
Here we have soft scat that is larger in size.
If you open it, there is vegetation.
Who do you think it's from?
So here we have a small pile of droppings. And if I were to pick one up and break it open, I can see that inside there appears to be plant matter.
These droppings are round, small, solid, and smooth.
Whose droppings are these?
You know, this giraffe poop has given me a really good idea.
Indeed.
So today, we're going to do science. Yay! Science. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually be dropping goat and giraffe poop from up here to down there. Chelsea, that looks perfect. What? Said that's perfect.
I heard you. There's no reason to shout. I'm right here.
Okay. All right, so today we're going to drop those poops. We have roughly the same volume of goat and giraffe poop. They might weigh different. So we're going to drop them and find out what happens. What do you think is going to happen?
Both at the same time.
Giraffe poop.
The goat?
I guess it's giraffe.
Goat.
Giraffe poop.
The goat poop.
Goats.
I think the giraffe.
Oh, the goat poop. No question about it.
Good guess. Let's find out. So I've got goat. You have giraffe. Ready to count? One. Oh, safety gear. Safety first. All right. Ready? One. Wait, just to switch to my throwing hand. 1, 2, 3.
So our experiment wasn't perfect. We had a few problems, like based on human error, like trying to drop bags at the same time with two different people.
Yeah, you could kind of say that was a scat-tastrophe.
But what should have happened, regardless of the weights, is both bags should have hit the ground at the same time due to gravity, which is the force that causes all objects to fall to Earth at a speed of 9.8 meters per second squared. It's also the force that causes the Earth and the Moon to orbit each other.
Yeah, I don't really care. I kind of just wanted to drop poop from a height and see if it explodes.
Okay then. The Lori exhibit, don't you?
Look at how friendly they are. They just love their nectar.
They love nectar.
I know, they're so
and
cute.
they're such characters. You never know what one's gonna do.
Nick, he's so cute. Oh my god. I've been hit. I've been hit, Chelsea. Oh god. Oh god, no, I'm dying. Why is it white? Ew.
Well, Haley, that's because it's uric acid.
Uric acid. It's burning.
Not that kind of acid. Well, Haley, since birds don't produce urine like we do, they have to secrete a milky white substance called uric acid that has a pH of about 5.6, which, though it's a little bit lower than normal, it's still not enough to burn you.
Man, Chelsea, you're so smart. I bet you're in the top of your class.
So, you gonna get up?
Poop. I'm gonna stay here. Do you ever think about how when a flamingo poops, it kind of like looks like a cannon, you know, like.
crushed it. Oh.